Laundry is freshly done, freshly shaved, freshly showered. You know, I'm ready. He comes up, he's here. I got no foreplay. Notice how the man in the sailboat up here and we all the way down here? That's how it's supposed to be. But for some reason, he couldn't stay in. It finally gets to a point to where I'm starting to feel something. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. He finishes.
Love yours. No such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better.
Hi, I'm Tassie and welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome home. And if you're a new subscriber, make yourself at home by clicking that subscribe button. Y'all, I'm telling my business. I'm telling my business again. And this one, I gotta be real with y'all. This is the start of a saga. I wouldn't say a series, but it definitely is the start of some stuff, okay? And I just want to go on record before we go too deep. I am not the type of person that kiss and tell. I'm not the type of person that likes to run their mouth. I hate dealing with people that like to run their mouth, okay? But this was just, it was an experience. Let's say that. It was an experience. I'm not doing this to humiliate anybody, to make anybody feel bad. But in the same breath, I'm gonna pop my you know, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell it because it happened, and why not? So we're going to be talking about my first time. That first time. No other first time. That one. My first time being grown. Okay, that one. All right. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, please stay tuned. I know it is, because if you already follow me, you're messy. So I already know. But for those of you that are new here, you get a pass, okay? But I know them. So we ain't even worried about it. So yeah, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So I'm gonna lay the foundation for y'all, give y'all a little background, and majority of y'all already know majority of this information, but those that don't know, this is going to lay the foundation for y'all, okay? So to start it all off, I was a late bloomer. I was very, very late to the party compared to a lot of other people in my generation. So by the time that I lost it, I was freshly 19 and in college. Now, why did I wait so long? I pretty much waited so long because, honest to God, I really didn't have an interest in losing it. Like, I never really thought that it was that big of a situation. Like, I understood it definitely was a monumental moment to a degree, but it wasn't something where I'm like, I need to accomplish that goal right here, right now. Like it never gave what other people always tried to big it up to be to me. Like it wasn't that important to me. But I can also be real and say that one of the things that motivated me to, hold out a little bit longer is that I definitely did not want to be a teenage parent. Okay, being the product of teenage parents. 0 out of 10 wouldn't recommend. So, I didn't want that. I didn't want that for myself. I had no desire to experience that. I'm good. But also, there was a point in time where I didn't really love the idea of my body. I had a bad relationship with my body a little bit. So I didn't really like the idea of somebody else seeing it. I couldn't get down with it. So yeah, I was very late because I had some hurdles I had to overcome, and then I would get to that point. However, there was a point in time where I was considering giving it to someone that I used to date. And this person was somebody that I dated in high school, and he was the first guy that I ever fell in love with. For those that aren't new here, you know exactly who that man is, and yes, I'm talking about Tyler. For those of you that are new here, it's not important for you to be updated on that story. This is, again, more for the people that have been here that already know about the situation. So yeah, there was a period of time where I was going to attempt to give it to Tyler, but we ended up having our whole situation, breaking up, and he was just entirely too pushy anyway, so it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm just like, I don't think I want my first time to be with somebody like that. So once I graduated and I went to college, I pretty much was over that whole entire mindset of keeping my V card protected, and it wasn't because I was even pressed or desperate to lose it. again, I never really cared for it like how other people cared for it. I never really, obsessed over that stuff. Like I just didn't. But I was just in a, I don't know, like I was just in a different headspace. Like it just didn't matter to me anymore. It wasn't like the end of the world if I did or didn't lose it, Again, I wasn't seeking it, but I was in the headset of like, if it happened, it happened. I wasn't really avoiding it like how I used to in the past, And as I was on campus, I definitely did have my few. Not gonna lie about that. I did have my few. But it just never worked out with any of them for some reason. I don't know why, but it didn't work out with them. So let's talk about how I met this person that I eventually ended up giving my V card to, okay? And for my messy subscribers, which is majority of y'all, because I know y'all at this point, this was directly after I had messaged Tyler after he popped out with the girl that ended up being his baby mama, and I didn't know about it until years later. You remember when I said that I messaged him and he left me on red? It was after that. So even then, low key, the original plan was that he was going to have it. He fumbled the bag again. Like he messed up again. So at that point, I was over it. Okay. So let's fast forward into the future. So literally a few weeks after that, I think it was like a few weeks after that, we ended up seeing this flyer to go to this party. So basically the way that I can phrase it, my roommate, which a majority of y'all know as roommate, no, I still have not given her a name. Her name is roommate. I'm sorry. But my roommate was dating this guy and we're just going to call him Chris, right? So for those that haven't been here, I'm going to try to explain it in the quickest way possible because I be having lore for some odd reason. Like everything is kind of sort of connected with each other. It's just a wild situation. And I gotta say, like this particular situation, it just kind of opened the door for a lot of other stuff to happen. So bear with me, okay? This is like my fifth take. Golly. So most of you probably already remember these people, but for those that are new here, again, I'm going to give you the short version of it. This story consists of people that I'm going to name my roommate, who is often going to be referred to as roommate because I still did not give that girl a name, Zena, and this guy named Chris. We're just going to call him Chris, okay? And there's two other people that we're going to mention, but we're not going to mention them right now. So there comes a point in time where me, my roommate, Zena, and Chris are sitting in the room and we're talking about this party that's supposed to be happening in Dayton. It seems like it's about to be fun. It seems like it's a cool time. Mind you, my roommate is from Dayton, so she pretty much let us know that like the function that it was going to be at, it usually be like, like it'd be turn or whatever. So we're like, okay, let's all go. We were all in agreement that we were going to go. And for those that have been here, this is the same party that I talked about when we were talking about Theo and how Theo was supposed to come with us, but then that whole situation happened. This is that party. I met the guy at that party. I know, girl, it was a mess to begin with. I know that now. I know that now. So we all agreed to go to this party, right? And my roommate was going to be the one that was driving. So her and Chris were dating at the time. And Chris had asked if he could invite his friend, right? So we're just going to call this friend Tyga. We're just going to call him Tyga, right? So we all had a conversation and basically Tyga was going to be carpooling with us to the party. So keep in mind, the agreed terms is that it's going to be my roommate who is driving, Zena, me, Tyga, and Chris. These are the people that we're aware that are coming, right? So the night of the party comes, me, Zena, and roommate are already in her car. A guy comes up, asks, hey, are you roommate? We automatically assume, oh, this is Tyga. This is the friend. Because mind you, none of us met any of his friends. None of us knew any of his friends, okay? So when this guy comes up and he asks, hey, are you roommate? She's like, yeah. It's assumed that he's supposed to be riding with us. So he gets in the car, okay? Now we're waiting on Chris. So Chris finally comes out the dorms and he hops in the car. As he hops in the car, roommate starts driving off because again, it's supposed to be me, my roommate, Zena, Tyga, and Chris. Those were the people that were agreed to come. As we're pulling off, Chris is talking about some
Wait.
and the friend is laughing, talking about some
Oh my God, y'all leaving Tyga.
So if it's not obvious, we all stopped. We all stopped. Me, roommate, and Zena. We all stopped. And we turned around. Mind you, I'm sitting in the back seat though. So I'm sitting next to the mysterious man, right? I'm sitting next to the mysterious man. Roommate and Zena turn around. We all look directly at this man. And we're like, so who are you? Because we knew that Tyga was coming. Who are you supposed to be? So the mystery man pretty much introduces himself, which I don't understand why we didn't lead with that. So the mystery man introduces himself. We're going to call this boy Shad. We're just going to call him Shad, right? So Shad introduces himself, but we're still confused as to why this man is here. Because again, it was agreed that there were going to be 5 people. This is a whole completely different person that none of us were aware of. None of us. And my roommate is the one that's driving. It's her car. Why are you not telling her who all is supposed to be in her car? That was weird. That was very weird. So when Tyga finally comes out of the dorms as well, he tries to squeeze into the back seat. And when I say squeeze, I mean, baby, we squeezed. Oh, we're packed in the back. Because, again, it was never agreed that we were going to have another person. It was never agreed that any of these things were going to happen. And mind you, Dayton wasn't that far away from campus, but it's far enough to where you need a car. You can't walk. So imagine how long we all were in that back seat, crammed. I'm talking about my foot eventually started to fall asleep. Okay? This was not the plan at all. So I'm low-key irritated because I'm like, honey, and then not only that, I don't even know these dudes. I know Chris to a degree, but I don't know them. And now you got me sitting next to a man that I 100% don't know. I'm uncomfortable in so many different ways. I'm not enjoying myself at all, okay? So then we finally get to the place where the party is supposed to be. And we pull up. Literally, we ain't even stepped in the building yet. We pull up. When I tell you that party looked so dead, when I tell you it was no motion, it was no nothing. It just gave, girl, what are we doing? Like, baby, this was lame, okay? And we just sat here. Again, I'm in the back. My leg is asleep at this point. We uncomfortable. We just sat here and put ourselves in a physically uncomfortable situation for this. So we're like contemplating, do we even want to go in and give it a chance? Because I think it was like a charge to get in too. So we're just like, I'll be damned if I pay a certain amount of money and I go in here and it's dead. Like, it's not hitting. Like, it's just not giving what it's supposed to give. So after that, we just decided we're going to go somewhere else. But before we go somewhere else, roommate and Zena wanted like food. They were hungry. And they decided like, okay, let's stop somewhere and go eat first. And they ended up going to Waffle House. Now, I ain't gonna lie. During this time period when I was in college, I was very broke. Very, very, very broke. So I'm not even going to give it the insinuation that I even had enough money to go out to eat to begin with. I had a few dollars that I was willing to sacrifice, but like I ain't really have it like that. But I'm going to be honest. Unpopular opinion, don't mess with Waffle House.
You need to leave.
I don't. Like, it's not appealing to me. It's not as good as people make it sound. It just don't hit for me. I don't like it. If I gotta be drunk in order to enjoy it, it's not enjoyable. That's just how I feel. So you can keep it, you can have it, have a good day. So everybody else ate. I sat and I drank my water and I waited for us to go because I just wasn't feeling it. But let me also identify something that happened when we were in the Waffle House too, because this is kind of sort of going to be relevant later. The boys sat at a completely different table than us. For what reason, I don't know. But they decided to sit at a completely different table. Keep that in the back of your mind, okay? So after we get done eating, or more so them, they get done eating, we get back in the car, back in a little smush space, right? And we decide to go somewhere else. Again, my roommate is from that city, so she recommends like, okay, let's go to this hookah lounge that I know. So we go to the hookah lounge, right? So while we're at this hookah lounge and we're like passing around the hookah, taking turns, I think they had like, 2 pipes, I think, attached to it, 2 or 3. I don't even know. But we go to the hookah lounge, we're enjoying ourselves. And at some point, people start playing games and we start playing Never Have I Ever. Again, I was a late bloomer. I was a very, very, very late bloomer to a lot of different scenarios, to a lot of different things. So every time it comes around, we got 10 fingers I think I put down 2. I think I put down 2. Everybody else was on a second hand by that point. I was still just like, girl, I ain't did shit. I haven't done anything, okay? So then there comes a point where everybody's suspicious because they're like, there's no way that you haven't done this and you haven't done that. And of course, certain ones were like sexually charged. But at the end of the day, it's like, they're just like, there's no way. No, you lying. You gotta be perfect. So then apparently it's like a big reveal that I'm still a virgin. Shocking, And from that moment forward, for some reason, it just became a huge conversation. Like the whole conversation shifted into, bow chicka wow wow. And people are like, for some reason, trying to give me tips on what to do during the first time, what it's going to be like in XYZ. And I'm just sitting here like, why y'all acting like I'm about to lose it tonight? Like, why are y'all, come on now. And then some of it was just basic anatomy. Girl, I don't need you teaching me that. That's stupid. But either way it goes, I became the focal point for some odd reason. But what I found really weird was that Shad, he was the main one that kept like giving commentary for some odd reason about me being a virgin. And I'm like, okay. And when I say commentary, I mean like every single thing that I said, he chuckled at it and would say like,
man, virgins always say that. Man, I swear, like, you virgins act like that all the time.
And I'm just sitting there like, what? Dude, what are you talking about? Like, I could have sat here and been talking about nacho chips and...
I swear, virgins always want nacho cheese on their chips until they have it. It's so crazy.
Like, I kid you not, that was really how he was talking to me. And I'm just sitting there clueless, like, what are you even talking about? And then Tyga, the Tyga dude, he ends up finding out that we're both Pisces. And then I get a lecture about that. Apparently...
Yeah, us Pisces, we don't really talk about it. We be silent killers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we really be throwing it down, you feel me? So I already know about you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What are we talking about? Like, what is going on here? So yeah, after that whole situation, we kind of like broke the ice with each other. I don't understand why my virginity was the thing that broke the ice, but basically we broke the ice and we started having a really great time for the rest of the night that we were there, and we end up going back to campus. When we go back to campus, we're not really all that ready for the night to end. So we end up going into this building that we call Robe, right? So we end up going into Robe. And we basically broke in. I'm not gonna lie, we broke in. But we basically go into this building and we decide, let's play hide and seek. Tell me why me and the girls was the only people hiding. They was not seeking us. One of them fell asleep. I'm sitting there like, bro, for real? And we literally were up all the way until like probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Swear to God. It was fun. It was fun. They became cool peoples. The vibes was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was straight. So give it like, I want to say like a few days, possibly like 3 days maybe. It was very soon, right? Chris comes over our room because obviously him and roommate are still dating. So Chris comes over our room one day and he had mentioned to me that one of his friends was trying to talk to me. And I'm sitting there like, Tyga wants to talk to me? Why would Tyga want to talk to me? Because I think at this time Tyga was dating somebody or something that I didn't know. So I'm just like, why would Tyga want to talk to me? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like,
No, it's one of my other friends. Like, one of my other friends want to talk to you.
And I didn't even consider Shad. Because to me, it's like, I was sitting next to Shad the whole entire time, on the way there, on the way back, on the way to the hookah lounge. I'm not thinking Shad at all. Shad is not on my radar whatsoever. So I'm sitting there like, what friend are you talking about? Was it a friend that we were with at the party? Initially, he says no, but he still is like persistent, and he's asking me like, do you want me to give my friend your number? Like, do you want me to hook you up with my friend? And I'm just like, I mean, I guess, okay. Y'all, I was trying to be social during this time too. I would have never did nothing like that. I was literally trying to break out of my shell, okay? It was ridiculous. But, I decided, yeah, he can have my number. I don't usually even give my number out no more. But I'm like, yeah, he can have my number, whatever. So then I end up getting a text. Shocker, it's Shad. So I'm thrown off by this completely because I never got the impression that this man was checking for me, that he was interested in me, anything of that nature. I was not putting two and two together. I was not aware of the energy that was being created. Like I never got that, right? Now that I think about it, I think I still got some screenshots of some of our messages. Hold on, I gotta I gotta look. Hold up.
And
Oh, girl, we got tea. Oh, we got tea. Oh, we got tea. Oh my God. Okay, so first off, don't laugh at how many markings I had to do on these messages because this was back when I had a Samsung. I forgot how much Samsung snitch. Oh my God, it revealed so much information that I had to block out. But anyways, the text message reads, "Hey." I respond back, "Hi." He says, "You know who this is?" And then I said, "I forgot your name, but I know who you are because let's just play the elimination game. We know exactly who it is." And he responds back and says, "Aw, just called me Shad." That's supposed to say Shad, right? I respond back, "What's your real name?" Obviously, he gives me his real name. And I respond back, "And by the way, Bow Wow's name is Shad, not Chad. So if you're wondering why am I calling him Shad, it's because apparently somebody in his life told him that he looked like Bow Wow. So that was like the nickname that he tried to give himself was like Shad, because you know Bow Wow's legal name is Shad Moss or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now, he don't look like Bow Wow. I don't know who lied to him and told him that. He does not look like Bow Wow. But yeah, that's where the nickname comes from, okay? So anyways, he goes on to say, "LOL, it was a spell check." I said, "Yeah, let's go with that." He says, "LOL, what you doing?" I tell him, "Taking a break from my homework." He says, "Aw, how much you got?" I say, "Like 2 pieces, but they're kind of difficult." He says, "Oh, what time you normally go to sleep?" I say, "It all depends, really. I try to go to bed early, at least at 12. So he says, "Aw, you a early bird." I said, "No, not at all. That's the problem." He says, "LOL, so before we go further, are you looking for a relationship?" Mind you, we already talked about this at the hookah lounge way before. So I respond back saying, "You know I'm not." But he asked, "What you looking for?" I said, "Right now, I just need somebody to connect with, vibe with, chill with, and we'll see what happens after that." I sound like an absolute fuckboy. I told y'all, I was a different person back in 2016, 2017. But anyways, he says, "Aw, where you think we could go?" I said, "I don't know, to be honest. I feel like it's still early in my life to be tied down to one person. It just depends on what life has in store for me." He responds back saying, "To be honest, you said you like people straight up, so I'm gonna be straight up. I'm just looking to have a good time, kick it with, do things actually, just have fun." And I respond back saying, "Look at you paying attention." He says, "LOL, yeah." I say, "Nah, but for real, that's fine. But you gotta understand I have to get to know you first before I can be comfortable being by myself with you. Nothing personal, I just gotta know who I'm dealing with. Because obviously, like, this is my first time. I'm technically laying with anybody, but I'm not trying to lay with anybody. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully that makes sense." He responds back saying, "You dealing with a calm, relaxed kind of dude, kind of freaky, get carried away sometimes, cracking jokes, just chill." I respond back, "You scared of me?" And he says, "Why you say that?" And I said, "Why didn't you ask for my number? I'm not that mean." But these messages clearly say the opposite. But anyways, carrying on. He says, "LOL, I didn't tell them to get it for me." I respond back saying, "So you talked about me?" And he responds back saying, "See how it was, I heard you was talking about me." And I said, "No, I wasn't. You cute though, but I never said anything about you besides that." He says, "LOL, oh, okay." I said, "So niggas just volunteered us as tribute." He said, "LOL, yeah, I guess." And I said, "Well, shit, we can still be cool if you want." And he said, "LOL, I mean, we can still do things if you know what I mean." So then I said, "Like I said, I gotta get to know you first." And he says, "True." So we end up talking or whatever, and I basically revealed to him that, you know, as of right now, I'm not really looking for a relationship, which was true. It wasn't just off the strength of Tyler. It literally was just in general. I wasn't really looking for a relationship, but when Tyler was in the picture, I'm like, I'd try something with you. But I don't really want to, you know, make anything too serious right now. But all in all, I wasn't looking for no relationship. I wasn't looking for no commitment. I had put it on the table that, like, hey, if you want to mess around, see where it goes, that's fine with me. But, like, I don't really want anything serious. He agreed that that was what he was wanting too, that that's what he was looking for too. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like the moment that I gave that man the green light, he changed into a whole nother person. Baby, he start talking big shit in the messages. He just starts saying all types of stuff. He starts saying like,
Yeah, you know, when we was smushed up in the back, that was crazy.
and I'm agreeing with him, and he then gonna sit there and say,
I mean, yeah, you should have sat on my lap.
you never had that energy when I was around you. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Like, mind you, I don't know this man from a can of paint. I don't. But it's like, again, we left. What time did we leave? I think we left around like what, 8 or 9, possibly 10, and was up until like 5 a.m. You had all that time to shoot your shot, baby boy. You ain't never, okay? You ain't never apply no pressure like that. And like I said, when we was in the Waffle House, we was sitting at 2 different tables. You ain't never tried to slide. I don't know what this is, but this is wild. Like, you never gave that, okay? So he texted me saying, what you doing? I said, in my room. He said, doing? I said, chilling. He said, oh. I respond back, what you doing? He says, in my room. I said, you just got there? He said, yeah, what you finna do? I said, nothing. I'm done for today. He says, oh, you want me to come up and rub on your... I said, stop. But yeah, you can come up. He said, LOL, when I come up, I'm rubbing on it. I said, please don't. He said, LOL, why? Something might happen. So this became a routine for like, how long was that? It was like a week. Because it wasn't really that long of a time, I don't think. But like, for like a week straight, he would just be in the messages talking crazy. Like, he would be in the text messages going dumb, okay? So all these little things that's being said, I'm thinking like, okay, whatever, whoop-de-woo. Mind you, we had a little commentary, a little conversation when we were at the hookah lounge and on the way back home, right? But I'm just looking at this like, this don't even match bruh. Like, this don't even match dude for real. But I know that just at face value, there's a lot of things that people don't think that I'm willing to do, that I'm capable of doing, that I can do. Not even just on that tip. Let me be clear. Not even just on that tip, but just in general. There's a lot of people where they say like, oh, you don't seem like the type that would do da 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 da. So I give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm looking at everything that he's saying, and I'm just like, boy, what? And that's why when I show y'all these messages, I'm not saying it trying to protect myself. I stand on business. Okay, I stand on business. However, because I was getting this impression that he was just making this up and he was just, you know, going along with the ride or whatever, I wanted to see what he was really about. So I was pretty much aggressive. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was pretty much on BS. Like, I really was. So I was very aggressive. I really did not care. I'm just like, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of the boys at this point. Because I don't believe that you really like that. Like, I had a little bit of faith, but I'm just like, where did this even come from? Because again, like, we in proximity with each other. You don't move like that. You feel me? And then it's the fact that we all lived in the same dorm at that. You ain't never give that impression. I walked past your dorm, which I didn't know. That's the weird thing about college too. You don't know who you be knowing until you meet them. So like, I had been walking past your room this whole entire time. You ain't never pressed the issue. You never gave that. You never gave big dog. Like, I'm sorry, but you never gave that. And it's funny as hell that like now you're acting like that in a text message. Wild. Wild, okay? But then not only that, okay, I ain't gonna lie. Because I'm still this nerdy, lame bitch that I am, I scheduled the day that I was going to lose it. We had a whole conversation about it. I scheduled it, okay? And the funniest thing was that, like, I guess he, looking back on it in retrospect, I think he was trying to build up his courage, and that explains a lot of what was going on. But there would be times where, like, he comes over my room, it's just me in my room. Again, never ever applying pressure, never ever giving the impression that he's interested. It just was a completely different dude. And I kid you not, this man would come into my room. It's my bed, it's my roommate bed. He would sit on my roommate's bed, and he would just be so, like, distant. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on my bed, and I'm just looking at him, and he looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and he looking at me, and he say,
How was class?
it was cool. What about you?
Cool, yeah. I play football.
This is like the second time this didn't happen to me. Like, I don't know how I come off to a lot of men. I don't know what it is about me. What are y'all so awkward around me for? Like, I really don't understand it. I really don't get it. I really don't. I be so confused, okay? And this happened probably like 3 different times. I kid you not. He's in my room. It don't give. He ain't make no moves. He ain't did no nothing. Which, I mean, again, we made a schedule. So it's like, okay, he's trying to be respectful of the schedule, but it's like, even then, it's like, I'm not getting this vibe that you really want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't getting that vibe that this is what you're trying to do. Then there was a point in time where, like, we had like a fake little get together in our room. I had invited him, not for that, but you know, like, we turning up, we having fun, you know what I'm saying? And I invite him. Y'all, this man stands in the corner, dead serious, the corner by the door, just up against the wall. He stayed there for like a few minutes, and then he left. And he talking about he'll come back when everybody else leave. What is going on? Like, I'm so, oh my God, I'm so lost, I'm so confused. So the day comes, right? The day comes, the infamous day comes, and I'm over here, you know, like, ready. That's what I remember. I held it off. I scheduled this day because I had to do laundry. Girl, it was one of them type laundry days where all I had left was granny panties. And I'm like, I'm not about to lose it in granny panties. And I was transparent about that. I told him that. And he's just like,
I mean, they gonna come off anyways. Why does it matter?
it matters to me. It matters to me. Whose special day is it? It's mine. It's mine. So it's gonna look how I want it to look. And that was just not the goal. That was not it. So I had to do laundry first. Laundry is freshly done, freshly shaved, freshly showered. You know, I'm ready. He comes up, he's here again. He's sitting on my roommate bed acting weird. What are we doing? Like, I don't get it. And he was there for such a long time. Like, I wasn't counting the minutes, but it was a while, y'all. It was a while. This man was just in my room. And it just got to a point to where I start watching TV. And that, believe it or not, that's how I started to get interested in the show Hoarders. Because that's what was on TV when that situation happened. I just started watching Hoarders. And from that moment on, I've loved Hoarders ever since. But literally, I'm sitting here like, okay. So after about, half an hour? Like, it was such a long time, y'all. It was probably a whole hour. I don't know. But after about half an hour, he finally stands up. And he's just like,
Why you still got these on?
Corny, lame, boo, tomato, I'm throwing tomatoes.
y'all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me just say this, okay? I have gotten a decent hefty amount of examples of not being sexually attracted to this man. If the vibe is off, not necessarily a bad vibe, but if the vibes are just not vibing, babe, don't do it. Just don't do it. So despite the fact that I am getting the absolute ick from this man since day one, young and dumb version of Tassie decides I'm gonna go through with it anyways. So I remember when we were in the hookah lounge, he had mentioned something about how like one of his insecurities was that he didn't like his size, right? And it wasn't necessarily the length, it was like the girth. So he had said something about how his was like real skinny and he felt some type of way about that, right? Boy, when he dropped them draws, he lied. He lied. He lied. He lied. If I don't say nothing else positive about him, I will say that he lied. Bad, baby. Okay? Bad. Need I say more? Yeah, and probably like few inches, like right here. Yeah. 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 So, when I seen that, that's when I decided to shut up. Because again, I was doubtful. I was getting the ick, being rubbed the wrong way. Like I'm just like I don't think you like that for real. But I still had a little bit of faith, right? This gave me a lot more hope because I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, he probably telling the truth.
Nope.
Where do I even start? Where do I even start? So, let me first start off with saying that I was, this was my first little, you understand me? So, I didn't know. So, I had no idea how important foreplay was, right? I got no foreplay. None. None. All right? So, he just goes in after he puts on his rubber, obviously, but he just goes in. And when he tries to go in, okay, so how do I say this without getting striked by YouTube? Okay, so you know how when there's this is you, okay, pretend like this is you, right? This is the little man in the boat, this is the boat, right? So, again, this him. This him. So, he's like right here. He's on the man in the sailboat. I'm thinking that he's doing that thing where you just, I'm thinking he's doing that. I'm thinking he's hitting me with one of these. But I just start feeling pressure. And he did it probably about 4 times. And I'm just sitting there, again, thinking he's hitting one of these. He's hitting one of these. Like, he's trying to... And I'm like, I know this man ain't trying to enter through my man in the sailboat. I know he's not. I know I'm tripping. I know that's not what's happening right now. I know that's not what's happening. I just know that you're lying to me. Y'all, he was trying to enter through my man in the sailboat.
Jail. Jail. Jail.
He was trying to enter. He was not playing with it. No. He thought this was the entry point. What's going on? So at some point, I had to take it. Okay? Because that's how miscalculated this man was. I had to grab it. I had to take it. And I had to place it where it needed to go. Notice how the man in the sailboat up here and we all the way down here? That's how it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure majority of us already knew that though. What were you about to do here? What was going on here? It's here, babe. It's here. What is going on? And y'all, I kid you not. Why did I have to hold it in place the whole time?
I'm done. Guys, that thing. I'm done. Wow.
Again, blessed, beautiful. So it wasn't like he was puny and falling out, right? But for some reason, he couldn't stay in. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, what? So y'all, it finally gets to a point to where I'm starting to feel something. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. He finishes. Kid you not, he finishes. And I'm like, What just happened? What? Okay. So, again, I'm not judgmental. I thought, free game for everybody. I'm being patient, sympathetic, you know what I'm saying? I'm not making it a big deal. I'm really not. So he leaves to go get another rubber, getting another raincoat. And he comes back. So we try again. And again, I have to hold it in place.
And
Again, I have to hold it in place. So now, this is attempt number 2. And I'm holding it. So we're getting somewhere further than what we were before. Stroke game trash. I'ma just put it out there. Stroke game was trash. It was trash. I don't know what you would call that, but it was just rapid. And I'm like, okay, all right. Because again, this is my first time, but even I know that ain't right. Something about that that's not correct at all. But not only that, it happens again, y'all. He's done. So then we get another one. He leaves the room and he gets another one. And we try again. This time, he attempts to do foreplay, I'm guessing. That's his attempt. So, sailboat. Man in the sailboat, right? Should I even be telling y'all? I mean, I done told y'all everything else. I might as well. But, yeah, so I thought that I was doing something. I was at least attempting to, His recommendation was to throw lips on him. At first, I wasn't really all the way down with that. I wasn't ready for that. Because, again, I just met this man. This is my first time. Like, I don't know if I want to just, like, be putting organs and stuff. And, I ain't really want to do that. But I end up doing it, right? Let me clarify, I was not doing it against my will, but it was something where I was just kind of iffy about it. And then I got talked into doing it, but it wasn't like non-consensual. It was nothing like that. I would have ended it right then and there if that's what the situation was. But basically, I rocked the mic the second go round, right? So now it's the third time I rock the mic again. While I'm rocking the mic, sailboat, man in the sailboat. Again, this where the man at, right? This where the man at. You just tap the man on the head, right? Y'all, he attempted to tap the man on the head. He attempted. Why was this man scratching me the whole entire time? He was scratching me the whole entire time. And when I told him that he was scratching me, he just decided to stop. He didn't even try again. He just gave up. And I'm just like, there's no way. Really? Like, why is this happening to me? And y'all, again, it happens. This is the third time. So technically, I lost it. But technically, I didn't. Technically, no, I did not. It was something. Okay? It was something. And the thing is, again, this was a different version of me. This was a younger version of me. I would have just not called that man back. I would have just been like, have fun. Be yourself. I wish you nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't have even gave him 3 chances. I would have just left it alone. But I thought to myself, this was the logic that I had. This is my first time. Judging by his performance, baby, it's your first time too. Okay, I don't care what that man says. I don't even know how he did it, but I truly believe that man lied through his whole entire life and said that he be busting bitches down and he be doing this, that, and the third, because it did not give that. It did not give that at all. It gave very inexperienced. And I don't believe it whatsoever. I truly do not believe that this man has been busting bitches down this whole time. He has not. But either way it go, right? Either way it go. I just had it in my brain that, like, okay, we can, just practice on each other and just get better as time goes on. That was the plan. And baby, we tried 3 more times. Same outcome. So I finally gave up. I finally gave up and I was done. And I'm gonna tell you exactly when the point was that I was done. So number one, I got another ick from him. Again, if you're not attracted to this person, please don't do it. Please don't do it. I shouldn't have did that. But yeah, so I got another ick before we officially parted ways. And basically there was a point in time where my friends were aware that I was boompa-doopa-dooping with him that night, right? They were gonna go to, like, I think the frat party that was across the street or somewhere, I forget, but they were in the parking lot. Our room was facing the parking lot, and because it was so hot in our dorms, we always kept the window open. So they knew that I was in there and that he was in there. I was rocking the mic again, right? This time I'm like on the floor, you know. Mind you, he's shorter than me, okay? So we in my room doing what we doing, and my friends are being petty and they're screaming from the parking lot, "You better get it, Tasha, you better get it, you better do it." You know, they playing. But the window is open. It's open. But mind you, we on the top floor. Can't nobody see you or me. Okay? Nobody can see anything because my bed is positioned a certain way to where you can't even see me. You feel me? You don't know what's going on in our room. It was one of them. And I know because it's been plenty of times where we're in a parking lot and my roommate's in her room or something like that. So it's like, trust me, I know for a fact they can't see anything. But the way that my friends were outside hollering, and this man clutched himself like he was Marilyn Monroe and was like,
Can you close the window? Please close the window. Oh my God, close the window.
like, even retelling this story, I feel like, what was I doing? What was I actually doing? Like, oh my God. And I kid you not, like, that really did give me the ick a little bit. Because I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm freaky deaky, like I be doing stuff in public. But it's like when I tell y'all they can't see nothing, they're joking, they're playing. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And the way that he literally clutched himself and was just, no. No. Should have ended right then and there. It should have ended. And another one, I forgot about this one. There was another time where, again, we doing what we do. My roommate knocks on the door, not trying to be funny, but she knocks on the door because she forgot, like, her belt or something like that. So she knocks on the door and she's screaming from the other side of the door, like, "I just need my belt, my bad, I just need my belt, my bad." I have on my bra still, right? And I have one of my blankets and I cover my bottom with my blanket. I'm covering like majority of my body with my blanket, right? He was already like, you know, halfway undressed, you know, shirt, doing that. What's that little tuck that they be doing? It was like one of them type things, right? So he's already a little bare. And then I'm bare enough, right? I go to the door, I hand her stuff. She leaves. It's literally seconds, I kid you not. I get my blanket, stand up, grab the belt. Boom, here it is. She leaves. While I turn around, this man is dressed down to the shoes. I'm talking about everything is on. Everything is on. Keys are in hand. Cell phone in the other hand with the charger dangling off the pinky. And he's just standing in the middle of the floor like an NPC character. I swear to God. I swear to God. And I'm sitting here looking at him. Like, first of all, how did you get dressed that fast? Like, he's a professional side nigga or something. Ain't no way. How did you do that? How did you do that? But then not only that, it's the fact that, like, what are you, why are you so nervous? Like, what are we doing? Because again, the text messages, bro, the vibe was different. The vibe was different. It's not translating in real time. It's not translating in real life. So at this point, I'm just irritated. Like, dude, what are you doing? So the final ick, the final parting where I was just officially finally done with this man, girl, let me tell you something. There came a point in time where we're all in the cafeteria, not together. He's with his roommate and his peoples. I'm over here with my peoples. Now, again, mind you, Zena, my roommate, me, We were all carpooling to that party together. After a while, we all started to get to know each other a little bit better because, again, my V card was the icebreaker for some odd reason. So we all cool for the most part, or at least so I think. My friends at some point go over there and talk to him. They chilling. Why they come back to the table where I was sitting at, because I didn't feel like getting up and going to talk because I ain't have nothing to talk about. They get up from the table, go over there and talk to him. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't like the fact that they went over there and had a discussion about our situation without me knowing, because I wouldn't have done that to them. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't like the way that sound, and I'm not somebody that's just gonna blindly take up for my friends. I don't like the fact that they came in and asked that, because I've never asked about their escapades and what they were doing with the men that they were currently dating at that time. Like, I feel like that definitely was something between us, whether it was a big deal or not. Like, I feel like, you know, just don't run your mouth. You feel me? Like, just don't run your mouth. So I'm not going to sit here and blindly agree with my friends, okay? I don't feel like they should have went over there asking him personal questions, asking him questions about me and his involvement, what we do behind closed doors and all that other stuff. I don't feel like they should have did that. However, let's talk about how this man showed out because they asked him a question. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, okay? So maybe I should have mentioned this before anything, but see, it didn't ring a bell until I realized that I still had screenshots, okay? So there comes a point in time, way before we even started, you know, bumping and grinding, right? He, which again was a red flag that I ignored, but he claims that majority of the partners that he has been with, don't know how many, but he says that majority of the partners that he has been with, he does not use protection.
What?
And I made it very clear, like, baby, you're going to use protection with me. I don't know what you think this is. I don't know what you thought that was. But yeah, we're not doing none of that. I'm not having a baby by you. I don't want to be tied to you. I don't want nothing from you. Okay? Like, we're going to make that clear. And part of the reason why his lack of performance was showing up, he tried to blame it on the fact that we were using protection. Apparently, the protection was too tight around his pee-pee, and it was cutting off the blood circulation, and that's why it was hard for him, because he was having complications because his pee-pee isn't accustomed to wearing protection. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit, you know? But basically, he was just, at first, he was very against it, right? But then he came through and he's like, all right, I'm going to use it, whatever, whoop-de-woo, right? So there was a point in time where I called on him one night. Again, young and dumb. I called on him one night just because I was bored. I was just bored. Like, my friends, they were all like doing their own thing. At that time, my roommate, I think that's when she had her job, I think. She had a night job, like a night shift at like a nursing home or something like that. So, you know, like, she wasn't even really there for real on like the weekends. So I was just bored. I literally just had nothing to do, and I'm just like, That again was another red flag, because the fact that I looked at it as I didn't even look at it as, yay, I'm so excited. Like, no, it's something. It's something to do. I ain't got nothing to do. So I tried to call him over, right? And at first, I guess he was kind of acting like he had something better to do. And I was joking with him. I don't even remember what the situation was, but basically it gave off like he don't really want to come over for whatever reason. And I was joking with him, and I'm like, dang, this was going to be the night I'll let you hit it raw. Clearly joking. And it's like the context of the conversation that we were having, clearly a joke, right? Tell me why, when my friends went over to him and asked for details and was talking to him about us, why this man said in front of his roommate and in front of my friends that I tried to convince him to go raw, and he was the one that was so against it.
Come on, let's go outside.
Go outside for what?
We gonna fight.
First of all, that's not what happened at all. That ain't what happened at all. That's not even relatively close to how that went down. And it was that moment where I was like, I don't think I want to deal with this boy no more. I don't like that. Like, I don't, because again, don't run your mouth. You feel me? What happens between us, it happens between us. Nobody else needs to know that. I hate somebody that run their mouth too much. But what I don't like is that you really tried it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you really tried it. You really did. You really, 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 really tried it. You feel me? Like, I'm not feeling that. So I was pretty much off him. Like, from that moment, I was like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. And from that moment, we just stopped talking. Like, we used to at least say hi to each other when we passed each other. We quite literally pretended like we never met each other. I didn't text him after that. I didn't explain anything after that. Honestly, I didn't even block his number. I think I just deleted his contact. And after that, we just stopped. We just stopped completely. Like, everything just ceased to exist in that moment. Like, no. Because you know you did. You know you did wrong. And that's crazy to be that self-aware and you still feel comfortable saying it. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. So 0 out of 10 would not recommend. So to close out this video, I'm just going to say these few little things. After having the first time experience, I will say that bumping and grinding as a whole, very overhyped. I'm fully aware that I had a bad experience because towards the future, I had great experiences, okay? So I know I had a terrible first experience, but I will say that, like, it is so overrated. Like, if you are somebody who is a late bloomer as well, I'm telling you, there's no rush. I could have waited longer. Like, it did not give what people be saying that it's trying to give. Like, it's not that serious. I do feel like everybody is different though. But, you know, like, yeah, no, you could wait. You ain't missing out on nothing. I'm trying to tell you, you are not missing out on anything. It's gonna take you a while to get into the swing of things, and it just Second of all, I am not against cuddle buddies. I'm not against, you know, friends with benefits and stuff like that. It's just that if you're going to be in a situation like that, you have to be aware of if you're a relationship person or if you're somebody that can have casual partners, because it is not for everybody, and I feel like people be trying to force it to be something and it's not. Third of all, communication is key. I don't care if y'all are in a relationship with each other or not. It is very important for y'all to be on the same page and on the same grounds. Nothing should be left unsaid. No stone should be left unturned. Y'all should be able to come together and really be able to vibe with each other. If y'all are not vibing, do not do it. Like, if it's gonna be way more complicated than what it gotta be, don't do it. Like, it's stupid. And most importantly, do not run your mouth. Do not tell everybody y'all business. Even if y'all really are a couple, there's no reason for everybody to know your personal preferences, their personal preferences. Nobody needs to know anything. Keep that on lock, okay? Because I hate a man that runs his mouth, period. So guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to like this video. I would say comment down below how your first time was, but maybe not. I would say if you are, just be as vague as possible. I don't know, but yeah, comment down below how you feel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and of course share if you can. Do I want this to be shared? I'm grown. You know what? Yeah. Don't nobody care. So with that being said, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with